ALA community, time for another weekly update here at Ascend Leadership Academy. I have a lot of great information to share with you, so stay tuned. First, I want to say thank you to Miss Lewis for letting me use her classroom here. Miss Lewis is our 9th grade math teacher, does a wonderful job with the students teaching Math 1 and Math 2. Speaking of which, NC check-ins are coming up this week. So parents, please prepare your students. They need to make sure that they eat a healthy breakfast and get a lot of rest for the NC check-in test. They're going to take place on November 5th, 6th, and 7th. On November 5th, we're doing all of the math tests. On November 6th, we are doing reading. And on November 7th is 8th grade science. So on those dates, we will have a testing environment. We ask that you don't sign out your students in the morning because they'll be in tests, but make sure that they are ready, prepared, eat a nice hearty breakfast, and get a lot of good rest for NC check-in tests. All right? Also, parents, this is great news because report cards went home on Friday, November the 1st. Report cards should have came home in an envelope similar to this. Your responsibility number one is to review the report card. Take it out, look at your child's grades, see if you have any questions about that. And then you're able to keep the actual report card, and you're going to return the envelope signed back to your child's first period teacher. So I'll say that again. First, you review the report card, you keep it out for your own records, and then you sign the envelope where it says Q1 and return that to your child's first period teacher. So those are very important. We need to make sure we get those back by Wednesday of this week. So report cards need to be returned by Wednesday of this week. Please make sure you get them back to us. Within the envelope for your child's report card is an impact aid form. This is a very, 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 very important form that you need to complete and return also to your child's first period teacher. The impact aid form is one of the forms that we need to verify our funding for our school. So we need to make sure we get this form back from every single student. So that form is within the envelope that your child's report card is in. We need those back as well as soon as possible, preferably by next Wednesday as well, Wednesday, November the 6th. So please make sure that you send those back to your child's first period teacher because we need those back. It impacts our funding. Parents, excuse absences and tardies. A lot of our students are having absences due to doctor's appointments or visits, something like that. If this is the case for your child, we need to make sure that you are sending in a doctor's note or some kind of written documentation that verifies where your child was. A lot of our students are going to these appointments, not bringing in documentation, and those absences and tardies are becoming unexcused. So in order for them to be excused, you need to make sure that you are sending in the documentation with your child and sending it to the front office so that our office employees can get that documentation into your student's file and verify that it is excused and change it in our system. So please, documentation for those doctor's appointments that will help our office staff out immensely. Next, we have a mandatory basketball parent meeting on Monday, November the 4th, immediately after basketball practice at the Boone Trail Community Center. So if your child plays on either the girls team, the middle school boys team, or the high school boys team, make sure you are at that meeting. It is going to be directly after practice, so right when you pick up your child, you can come into the gym from 5:30 to right before 6. We will have a brief meeting with myself and the athletic director to discuss expectations for our athletic team. So basketball will be on Monday, November 4th, 5:30 at Boone Trail Community Center. For cheerleading, that will be on Wednesday, November the 6th at 5:30. At the practice facility for our cheerleaders. So where they practice, you will just come, again, pick up your cheerleader, and for a brief meeting at 5:30 right after practice, come in. I will be there, athletic director will be there to discuss expectations for our winter sports athletes. So that is a mandatory meeting for cheerleading and basketball parents on those specific dates. Finally, auditions for our winter play are November 5th and 7th from 3 to 4:30 p.m. here on ALA's campus in Mr. Redlock's classroom. Our winter play is going to take place in December, but we are starting auditions and practice and rehearsal for the winter play November 5th and 7th. In order to try out or audition for the winter play, you must be there in Mr. Redlock's class. If you have any questions about the materials or what you need in order to audition, please see Mr. Redlock or Miss Boylo. Well, that was a lot of information. I appreciate your attention. As always, thank you for your support of Ascend Leadership Academy as we seek to empower students for the 21st century.